Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. I really liked how last month's spread turned out, and it looks like this, and I love the sunflowers and the brightness. However, I did not use my normal friction pen because it did not write that dark, but I think I want to stick with a darker pen, and I'm really liking the Uniball Zinto in '07. I like how dark it writes, how smooth the pen is, how easy it is to hold. So I'm really enjoying this pen right now, and I think that I will continue to go ahead and write in permanent pen. And if necessary, I can replace any boxes where I need to update dates or times, or I'll use my undo and just take the sticker completely off. So let's get September pulled out, and then we will go over what we're going to use. I did flip through my sticker book and I found these Cactus Paper Company stickers that have just been sitting there collecting dust since last September. I had bought them thinking I would use them for September and then they didn't come until October. So I am going to go ahead and use them this September. If I can find them, I will link them down below. But I really liked the color scheme and I'm really curious to see if I like the decor after using the pastel color scheme as much as the bright color scheme from August. I do have a few box sticker books next to me. I have my Proud Sticker Design stickers, and I'm just going to flip through and see if there are any colors that go along with the color scheme that I've already chosen. I do like both the lighter pink and the darker pink, so I'll keep the darker pink in mind and I'll pull the lighter pink out, and then I'll continue to flip through. I don't think any of the greens will work. Maybe this forest green, the dark green, I will pull that out just in case, and then I'll try to find one of the bluish colors, but it's kind of like a bluish grayish green. So that's going to be a really hard color to match, and I don't have any Proud Sticker Designs boxes that will go well with it. I did think that this tan color would coordinate okay. There isn't that tan color in the stickers, but it could work. The gray could also work. Although I thought it competed too much with the light blue, it was just too close to be comfortable, I guess. And then, of course, I've got all the black options, and everything except for those hexagon stickers came with the original Bumble book, or I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link it down below. And it comes with all the black sticker options so that you know what you want to order in other colors. I did go ahead and pull the darker pink, and then I will just keep this off to the side. I'll also look through my colorful boxes sticker book from Happy Planner. I do have 3 books combined in this one ring, and I'm looking for the right colors, and I did find the right color, but it only comes in this square box, which I find odd that they would put a color and not put any smaller boxes that coordinate it with it. So I'm just going to leave this off to the side. And of course, if I need more black boxes, I can always come back to this. I also did not want to use gold or silver on this spread. And of course, there are plenty of those in this book as well. So I will keep that off to the side. Let me just flip through these Mojo Jojo Plan sticker books and see if I can't find any other colors that will go with the color scheme that I've chosen. The first box was too bright, and then the second book I think might be too pastel. So, a little weird. It's almost like I needed a gray undertone book, and that is not something that I have. I also grabbed this bigger value pack sticker book from Happy Planner, which is also colorful boxes. And although I couldn't find anything that directly matched, I really liked the super light tan color in the sticker book. So I think I might use these as well. I'm not sure, but I will keep this book open to the side and see what I can't use. And then let's go ahead and get my desk cleaned off just a little bit so that I have space to work. I will clear out my planner completely so that I can lay my pages flat on the desk. I will also keep the box stickers off to the side, and then I'll keep those other planner stickers front and center. The first thing that I like to do when I'm looking at a monthly spread is just note where the white space is. So there's plenty of white space at the beginning of the month, and there is none at the end of the month. So I know I want to take advantage of the space up at the top and put some decor up there. I love the pre-torn look of these stickers, but I'm deciding whether I want to make this one big box across the top or if I'm going to leave those vertical lines. And I do decide to go through and use my whiteout tape to cover those up before I put the sticker down. I'm also debating on whether or not I want to cover up that line in the middle. I am going to go ahead and do it, although I'm not sure it was necessary, but I did go ahead and cover that up just so I don't forget later. And then I covered up the little bit of line that was left over to the far left, just so that all looked like it was one cohesive area. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that on the right side of the page as well. I want to leave the box around the first, and I am going to go ahead and leave that top line alone as well. And there are a lot of stickers in this sticker kit, but really I want to use a lot of them. I'm not going to say as many as possible, but I want to mix and match these patterns. I really want it to be more impactful, even though they are very pastel and light stickers. I feel like if I layer in a bunch of different patterns, that it will just be more impactful on the page. I will also mention that if I get stuck in an area, I do tend to jump around, especially on these monthly pages. I wanted to make sure that I got this September sticker down. I love the font, so I want to make sure it makes the page. I'm just not quite sure where I want to put it. I definitely am going to have to white out the September that's already there because the sticker is not quite big enough to cover it on its own, but I'll white this out and then I won't be able to make a decision about where I want it to go. So I will go ahead and put it on some wax paper until I can make a decision. I will audition a few options, but nothing was really speaking to me, so I do end up putting it on that wax paper and holding off on it until later. I really like this grid washi tape like sticker. It definitely reminds me of washi tape that I would use on a regular basis on my spread. So I'm debating on where I want to use it since there is only that one piece, and I want to try to make sure that I carry the colors and the patterns across the entire page. So the next thing I'm going to do is drop in the days of the week, and Monday covered nicely, but the rest of the days were just a little bit narrower than the days of the week that were already on the page. So I will need to get my whiteout tape out again and white out all of the days of the week that are already on the page before I lay down the sticker of the new days of the week. And I do this because I really think that the font changes the whole mood and feel of the page. I do wish that I had a 2024 sticker that I could use to cover up the year, but I don't, so I will leave it as it is. And I will say that I am trying very hard to use my tweezers here, but the sticker is not cut all the way, so I do end up having to use a little bit of force to pull it off the sticker sheet, and sometimes it pulls a little extra as well, but I was really trying to use my tweezers and be good. I am not good at using tweezers, but I'm really trying to be better about using them when it comes to this precision laying down, picking up of stickers. But once I get these laid down, I really like how they look, and we can move on to the functional part of planning out the month. So the first thing I want to do is just flip through all of the stickers that I have from Cactus Paper Company and see which boxes I have available. I do like that circle, and then I do have a few other boxes that we can use as we're laying out this spread. And then I have this dark pink, which I'm not sure I'm going to use, but I like the forest green, I like the lighter pink, and then I think I'm going to use that really light tan color. Even though it's not found in the stickers, I do feel like it's the same mood and feel. So let's get to laying down some boxes for the month. I do have my monthly calendar pulled up. I keep track of all of it in Google so that I can share it with the whole family. So I have that up to the right of me so that I can compare what I am doing. So on Monday, September 2nd, my kids are off school for Labor Day, so I do want to note that. And then we will just continue to move through. So Tuesday, my son has a hair appointment, and I am going to overlap these stickers a little bit, even though it is definitely an event that happens on the 3rd. I do like to try to cluster these stickers when I can. But I know that that appointment's actually on Tuesday since the majority of the sticker falls on Tuesday, and a hair appointment is not going to cover 2 days. I am going to use the dark green boxes to track all of Ben's soccer games so that when I look across the spread for the month visually, I can just see where those games are, and then I won't use that color for any of the other events that are happening throughout the month. I will zoom through just putting down these green stickers. And since my son is playing for both varsity and JV, there are a lot of stickers and he has games multiple days in a row, which doesn't normally happen. But it also makes me second guess myself a little bit when I'm trying to look at the calendar. So maybe next time I will do JV and varsity games separately, although really October will be the last month for high school soccer. So we'll just see how it goes. So I'm getting a little confused here in this little corner where the 30th is falling on a Monday and you have 2 Mondays marked on that day, which I understand, but I would almost rather have the boxes be smaller so that Monday could be on its own separate day. But I'll just go with it and just probably look at my Google Calendar more for the soccer games since it automatically syncs with the team calendar, and if they change a game or a time of a game, it automatically updates where my planner doesn't. This just helps me look at it as an overview and see when I don't really have time to do extra things. Now I'm just trying to drop in everything around those soccer games. On the 9th, I do get home. On the 10th, there is a parent night, but now looking at the time, I'm not sure I'll go to the parent night, especially since it will probably be pretty much the same as last year. And then on Wednesday, my daughter has an orthodontist appointment. On Thursday, my daughter has another doctor's appointment. We have no appointments the week of the 16th, which is odd. It looks very quiet. And then the week of the 23rd, we have no school for our district. And then my daughter has, oh, I didn't mark who has a med check. Somebody has a med check on that Monday as well. It's probably my son. And then my son's teachers at the Career Tech building have a parent teacher conference on the 24th. So it's kind of a quiet month except for soccer. So the 23rd and the 30th being on the same day or that same block is really causing some issues for me. Like I said, the kids don't have school. My son has a home game and a doctor's appointment all on the 23rd. And then you flip to the 30th and he has another soccer game that day. So trying to fit all of those things in that one little block was a little challenging, so I did scooch things out to the side just so I could spread them out a little bit more and make it make sense a little bit more in my head. And then the last thing that I did box-wise was grab this box so that I could write down the itinerary for coming home on the 9th. And I probably won't write that until partially through the trip, just in case it gets changed before we come home. And now I'm just flipping through these stickers again, trying to decide which ones I want to make sure I use on the page and which ones actually coordinate. That freebie that I put up to the top, I'm just going to leave alone and not use, but there are plenty of other options to choose from. I did pick this reminder sticker, and then I decided that I wanted to use a pink sticker, but I didn't like what it said, so I went ahead and I put that back, and then I put the reminder sticker back down. And then it was at this point when my daughter asked me to run and pick up one of her friends. And I did come back and write out all of the soccer games and all of the other schedule items. And like I said, that bottom right-hand corner of the calendar, boy, it got confusing writing in. And I ended up having to white out a couple times just to make sure I had everything laid out. So now that that's all done and all the functional part is done, let's go ahead and figure out how to lay out the rest of this page. I don't really want to use this calendar item, but it would take up quite a bit of room. But I don't really use trackers, especially not on my monthly spreads, so it wouldn't be worthwhile. It would just literally be taking up space. I did decide to use that circle sticker so that I could overlap September on it and it would take up a little more room visually. I don't love that it overlaps Monday like that, but the September sticker just was a little bit too big, but I wanted to use it and make it work. And then I did trim off just a little bit of the white outline of the word September so that it fit on the page nicely. And I love these little words, but I didn't really find a place to use them. One little sticker that said school wasn't really going to do much for me, so I just went ahead and put that back and I will use it for something else. I did want to use some of these quotes. The first one that I pulled says, "Dreams are plans in the making," which I thought was perfect for this spread. I definitely wanted to use this floral sticker, so I'm going to go ahead and layer that with another quote that says, "Grow through what you go through." And now I want to balance out the right side of the page, so I'm going to try to figure out which strips of paper or which sticker strips I want to use over on the right hand side. And I'm going to start with this green, or it's like a greenish blue sticker with some leaves on it. You can hardly tell what it is, but I do like how it brings in more pattern. And I also know that I want to use some more circles since I used that circle sticker up under September. So I did layer the circle sticker and then this window sticker with the floral along the side. And I might put a quote in it. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm just weighing my options. I will say that when I print out my own stickers on an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper, I kind of like it better because it's easier for me to see everything. Even if I print out multiple sheets, I can still look at all of the stickers easier. They may not all fit in the frame of my camera as well, but I definitely like to look at them all on one 8.5 by 11 sheet paper better than flipping through all of these individual sticker sheets. I also don't mind looking through them in a book because it's just easier to flip. I don't love shuffling through all these sheets of paper that are stuck on my desk. I did pick another quote sticker to go in the bottom right hand corner, and it just says, "Dare to begin." And then I'm going to grab one more sticker with a quote on it, and I'm going to trim it down a little bit because there was just too much going on around the quote, and it wasn't going to fit where I wanted it to fit with all that extra space around the quote itself. But that one says, the question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. And I did start tucking in some florals to go around the edge of that sticker. And I even covered up some of what was already on the sticker because I felt like it incorporated that sticker into the page better. That particular quote did not come with that set of theme stickers that I bought. It was just an extra sheet because I liked the quotes. So this sheet is unstoppable, and it just was a separate sticker sheet that I bought because I thought the quotes were pretty awesome. So I'm going to just continue layering in these stickers until I get the desired effect. I may have to pull up the edges of some stickers here and there because I didn't think things out well enough, and I will have to move some stickers around just because I wanted to tuck some more of that pattern in throughout the entire spread. I am enjoying that these stickers are pre-cut so they look like they're ripped. I like that they are made to go in corners. It kind of makes me use them the way they are instead of being completely free to do whatever I want, which you'd think that it would be better to be able to do whatever I want, but sometimes it gets me out of my box to have the stickers already prepared in this way. So, just food for thought. I can do this myself. I can rip the paper myself. I can glue it down and whatnot. But I really liked how this just made me think a little bit differently. So I didn't like how there was that white spot over next to the quote up under Friday and Saturday. So I do want to find something that goes there. I also want to tuck something in on Monday towards the 2nd, just so that there isn't as much white space. So I am going to start ripping some stickers that already have that ripped look to them to make them fit and to use up some of that white space just a little bit. I did want to use pink here because there is so much green in this area, so I thought it would be good to bring some pink into that area as well. And I don't mind at all that that's just kind of hovering by itself. I like that it ends when the first begins. And I'm just debating on whether I want to tuck some more of that pink up top, but I decided not to put it up at the top of the left page because there was plenty of pink there. I did end up putting it down at the bottom of the right page just for a little extra texture. I would like to bring in a little bit of green down there because there is so much pink. So that's where this washi tape like strip is going to come in. I'm going to put a little bit up here at the top, and then I will use the rest of it to kind of fill in that white space down at the bottom so that it brings in some green down at the bottom right hand part of the page. I'm not going to put anything in the bottom left side, even though I would like to balance things out. But because there is so much going on that 23rd and 30th combo day, I don't want to make it any busier over there, so I am not going to bring any of the decor over to that corner. And now I am just looking over the page, trying to decide what else needs to be tucked where. I am going to make that doctor's appointment a little bit more in your face and stand out a little bit more because I don't want it to fall by the wayside. It is an important appointment. It's just not a soccer game in that dark green. I did grab a little car sticker, but I will swap it out here in a minute since I found that stethoscope. I'll tuck the little house next to when I come home from my trip, just because I like them, not necessarily adding much to the page. I just think they're cute, so why not use them? I'll move the car up to the first since we will be on vacation then as well. And then I'll go ahead and tuck the stethoscope in next to the doctor's appointment. I would like to put a little bit more in the sidebar. I'm thinking about this calendar. I'm not sure about it still. And then I will try to drop a little bit more in on the right-hand side just because the left side seems so heavy with all of those soccer boxes. It is a little surprising that we don't have any Thursday games in September. I felt like last year we did have a lot of Thursday games if I'm remembering correctly, but I wouldn't swear to that. I am going to drop in another circle here next to the doctor's appointment. I don't love how it looks exactly. I think it's because of how light the doctor's appointment box is, but I am just going to leave it. I definitely like the circle and bringing that dark green into that area of the page. And then I'm going to play around with these little tiny circles. I thought if I spread them around a little bit that it would just bring those circles across the page, but I really didn't like them the way that I put them down, and I will move them around, don't worry. They just don't look right. I do like having more circles on the page, but yeah, they just do not work right there. And I thought the problem was that I just needed more circles, and so I grabbed yet another circle to try to drop in on the sidebar, and then I realized that it was not going to work there. So I moved my focus back over to the right side of the spread again, and I'm going to put this quote down that says bloom with grace. And I really like how it takes up quite a bit of that white space without taking up room in the spread itself. There is still plenty of room to put any appointment that needs to be placed on those days. So that is really my goal, is to leave plenty of room for anything that actually needs to go on the calendar. I did end up dropping this circle down here in the bottom right hand corner, and I really like it there. I did move some circle little dot stickers down around that so that it looks like it's more incorporated. And then I will also take some of these dot stickers and actually move them over to the sidebar because they just were not working where I had them originally. I do feel like I need to do something else over in the sidebar, and this is when I grab that last floral, and I know I want to make it work somewhere, and I do like that pink sticker that says habits, but I don't really foresee me ever using it when it says habits. So I went ahead and layered the floral over top of the habit sticker just so there was a little more weight to that floral, and it kind of looks like a header now, and I'm going to take two of those dot stickers and move them over so they look more like a list. What am I going to write here? I'm not sure yet. I am certain something will come up throughout the month that I can put there, but I feel like this is a lot more balanced other than the soccer games being heavy on the left side of the spread. Looking at the calendar overall, though, it is very exciting to see all those games, albeit a little overwhelming as well. But check back in 2 years and I'll be missing these days. So, this is my spread for September. I hope that you have a great month, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.